on Casino Royale with cheese.
We talked about a movie on there called Entrapment.
Yes, we did.
Slithers around on the ground and however old, 15-year-old me lost my mind. So there's that.
40-year-old me still loses my mind. I sat here with bated breath hoping that's the movie you were getting ready to say.
And now, the conclusion.
Houston, we have a problem.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
A boy's best friend is his mother.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Silent breed is people!
Yo, Adrian! Let's put a smile on that face.
I gotta warn you, Clark. They don't play the same games here as they do at them regular casinos.
Royale, too.
No, Sean Connery, would you pick a category?
I'll take Catch the Seaman for 800.
Live from our studios in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, it's Casino Royale with Cheese, starring your host and favorite insurance agent, Shane Burns.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. This is Casino Royale with Cheese, the internet show where we discuss movies that were number one at the box office exactly 20 years ago. My name is Shane, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Mike.
What's up?
What up, dude? I wasn't going to try to come up with anything clever about this movie. I don't know that it doesn't have any real good material to work with.
There's no good burns.
No, there's really not. What's up, bro?
Recovering.
Yeah, that is true. We had a little impromptu birthday party for myself, and so maybe I can get y'all's opinion on this, because we always do something together anytime anybody has a birthday, and that was, me and Mike even alluded to it probably a couple months ago, and we were like, it's birthday season, bro. It means that one of these families is over at somebody else's house, like at least every other week, just about. You know?
Sure.
Yeah. So like next week is Lee's, and I think we're doing another one at the same time. Or no, it's my dad's actually. You know, like there's just it's ongoing with this whole deal.
The month of May is packed with birthdays.
It is. And so for my birthday, the wife, she was like, "Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do for your birthday? What do you want to do?" You know, and I was like, "Well." You know, I figured what she was talking about is the day of, because I was like, well, I was driving a lot, and that just recently changed, but I wasn't getting home till late in the evening, and so I was like, well, I don't know what she's talking about. What do you want to do? We don't have time to do anything, so I was like, I guess we'll just get some food and,
Netflix and chill.
Carry out Chinese, yeah, and like, we even had it planned to like watch a movie, and like even that fell through. So it was really just a turd of a birthday, And so anyway, I was thinking, all right, well, that sucks. But then we're gonna do the get together with everybody, And then the next thing I know is Mike's sister-in-law Lee was like, well, so here's the deal for my birthday, and that's when I was like, wait. Are we not doing anything for mine? And she's like, you said you didn't care what we did. And I was like, well, we always get together, So, I think that, I naturally assumed that everybody would get together. And I guess that was a wrong assumption on my part. You know what they say about people assume, bro.
Well, it's funny to me because, I don't understand the big deal about birthdays. Now, I know that sounds hypocritical considering I just had my 40th,
right?
And we had a pretty big deal for it.
And you made a big deal out of it.
Nicole did that.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But I don't do birthday parties for myself. Like, it's not something I do.
Right.
When people are like, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" I'm like, sleep. I don't give a shit. I don't get too hype about birthdays, but I embrace the turning 40 thing.
Right.
And yours, Preston's, and Jared's, all who have been guests on this show, all just passed right through within like a week.
Yeah.
And
nobody really made a big mention of it. You know, it was
Yeah.
one of those things. So, I mean, I think there's maybe a little bit of problem on both of our parts, but I know that like my wife has planned parties for like her friends and stuff before, so I just kind of thought that that's what was going to happen. But it's all kind of a moot point anyway because we did it last night anyway.
Exactly.
So yeah, it doesn't really matter. But that's why we're recording in person today.
yeah,
Getting back out of that rabbit hole.
all the way in Kuala Lumpur.
Why do we keep traveling to all these different corners of the earth, Mike?
Just to record a podcast?
What the fuck? What
Why
are we
not?
thinking?
Why not?
I mean, we do have all those frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, we're stacking miles.
What else are we gonna do? You know? How's it going, man?
We already said this.
think
We
we talked
already
about it.
had this conversation,
Yeah,
Shane.
we did. I had a weird experience just recently. Me and the wife. So she's all about like Jimmy John's subs, you know,
Okay.
and we're gonna grab
I'm a
some
fan.
on the way back. I've had Jimmy John's, and don't hit me with this at all because I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that they're bad, but they are overrated in my opinion. People like hype up that game so much, and I'm like, this is only marginally better than Subway in my opinion.
The bread.
The bread is quite good. It is super good, and Subway's is really flat and unimpressive.
Yeah, it's
like
the
a
bread.
big old floppy dick, dude.
No one likes a floppy one of those.
No, dude. Even if like dicks aren't your thing, you don't want to see some floppy old wing wang in a porn you're watching or something, you know. But so anyway, the wife, she was like, "Well, I'll go ahead and put in an order on the internet," and so I was like, "That's fine," you know. And so she was telling me what they had, and I was like, "Well, do they have ranch?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "Well, how about some black olives then, you know, throw on this bad boy?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "Banana peppers, nothing," you know. She's, "Why the fuck are we even going here, dude? Like, this place is terrible. We can get more shit at Subway, dude. Fuck off, Jimmy John's."
So what'd you get?
Oh, they're Italian sub, and it was awesome. It was really fucking good. So.
You get the Italian nightclub?
No, that's not the one.
You get the Vito?
I think it was the Vito. That's really surprising. You know as much about these as you do.
I'm a fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently so. You guys eat out quite a bit more than we do, though.
I eat out every day for lunch.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I pack a lot of lunches, so we're on episode 67, Mike.
Wow.
Yeah, moving right along. What are we talking about?
Entrapment.
Entrapment. I'm gonna say I had a pretty low energy level going into watching this, and then like having to like the idea of talking about it in my head just was not enticing to me at all.
The idea of talking about it, I feel the same way, but I enjoyed watching it.
It was enjoyable to me. This movie almost felt like it borrowed a lot of shit from Mission Impossible. Did you pick up on any of that?
I didn't really pay attention to what was going on in the movie. I just stared at Catherine Zeta-Jones the entire time.
Dude, I was actually surprised. And we probably talked about this when we talked about Zorro, but she's a good actress, though. There's a lot of girls that are, you know, all looks and no talent, or all talent, no looks, but she's got the whole thing, you know.
She has the entire thing.
Yes, sir. Had you seen this before?
Yes.
Do you know how long ago that was?
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was probably 1999 for me. So I didn't remember much. All I remember was they like set up these little yarn things that she was like crawling around underneath, and like I remember at the time everybody was losing their minds. They're like, "Oh my god, look at that butt!" And like at the time I was like, "It's not like she's in here taking off her clothes or anything. Like she's just crawling around underneath this fucking."
Yeah, but Catherine Zeta-Jones is a fucking 12.
She is. She's got every. We just said she has it all.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, she's a 12.
She is.
When we were watching this movie, Nicole watched it with me, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, her genetics are not fair.
It's really not. No.
Like to compare other women to her, that's not fair to those women.
Mm-mm.
There's a lot of beautiful women out there, but
Right.
Catherine Zeta-Jones is a 12.
Right. And that's one that if my wife were to ask me, "Do you think I'm prettier or she's prettier?"
Oh.
I'd be like, I mean, you shouldn't feel bad about the. No. But no, I'm just kidding.
Wives don't ask those questions on purpose.
Yeah. They'll ask, "Do you think she's pretty?"
Yes.
Yeah, I get that one a lot.
Yes.
I also ask my wife if dudes are hot a lot. And she's like, "Why do you always ask that?" She's like, "Do you want to have sex with that dude?" I ask it all the time, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
You can't tell if a dude's attractive or not?
Well, I want to find out what she thinks is attractive. I guess is more so because here's kind of her taste in dudes. She really likes Vince Vaughn for some reason. That Brillo-headed motherfucker.
Well, she kind of married a Vince Vaughn type of dude.
You think so?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah.
A little bit. At the beginning of the breakup, maybe. Not the end of the breakup, where he's like lost all the weight and he's nice to everybody.
Yeah, the beginning breakup guy.
Right. She doesn't think Channing Tatum is attractive at all. Yeah. I think it's his face, though, because she will say that he's got like a rockin' physique, you know. So I don't know, man. It's kind of hard for me to nail down who I find. And I mean, she told me that I was handsome the other day for the first time in however long we've been together. But I was like, so now you totally threw me off. I have no idea what to think your ideal looking dude is, you know.
Well, Nicole told me, and I don't know if this is complete bullshit or not.
Okay.
But Nicole told me that out of the big circle of friends,
Yes.
that they have, that they all think their husband is the most attractive.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured for sure my wife would be like, no, mine's the goofy looking one, you know, but
Oh no.
I don't know. That's pretty weird. I don't know. Jared's a good looking dude.
I mean, sure.
It's whatever. He ain't got no ass, but
Well, okay.
Anyway, let's see here. You want to do a quick cast rundown?
Yeah.
Pretty small cast.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. I was gonna do like a pretty crappy Sean Connery for the intro. Then at the last second, I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm out.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, who we had already mentioned.
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
So Sean Connery plays Matt. Catherine Zeta-Jones plays Jen, or what is her name? Virginia Baker. And then Sean Connery's Mac is Robert McDougal. So not that ever factors in. Ving Rhames plays Thibodeau.
It's always nice to see Ving Rhames.
Yeah. And that was one of the connections I think I had with Mission Impossible.
Yeah. He was also the tech guy.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, I wrote down a bunch of them here on my notes, so we'll talk about that. And we also got Will Patton playing Cruz. That's her boss,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Dirtbag.
Yeah. Well, he's been in a bunch of stuff. He's in one of your favorites, Armageddon.
Yeah,
obviously.
but I feel like he's out. Oh, in Armageddon, he's a pretty legit dude.
Yeah, his wife's the asshole in that one that like won't let him see his daughter. And then like you went to bat for her whenever I was like talking shit when we talked about Armageddon.
Well,
so figure that out.
You just trash chicks all the time.
I guess so. I just hate women in general.
Oh, okay.
So much. No, I'm just kidding.
You have one for a mom, you have one for a wife, and you have a daughter. So you
Right.
better get to like them.
I'm just kidding. Everybody. I'm just giving Mike a hard time. I don't know.
You even have a couple sisters.
I do have two sisters. Yeah. Movie was made. Budget $66 million, which is actually, I think, okay, because they had some pretty cool stunts in this.
Well, and they go to a lot of exotic locations.
Yeah, and a lot of like stuff on some tall ass buildings, which can't be cheap.
Right.
You know? Sean Connery, he probably pretty good paycheck. Catherine Zeta, she's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fresh off of the heels of Zorro.
Yeah, which actually was a fairly big deal for her career, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Do you dare to guess how well it did in the United States overall and how many weeks it was number one? Mike.
It was number one for 1 week.
Yes.
And I'm going to say it made $60 million.
$60 million. Actually, you're a little bit off.
Okay.
It brought in $87,704,000.
I was going to say $80 million, and I fucked it up.
Yeah. Altogether, worldwide, bringing in $212 million and some change.
Not too bad.
Yeah, on $66 million, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the problem with movies nowadays is, there's studios that are hanging by a thread. You know, they put all of their eggs in this one movie that just has an outrageous budget. And if it it can torpedo an entire company. And so, you know, that's one of the deals that Dan Aykroyd was talking about is whenever they made Ghostbusters, it wasn't on a super high budget. So there really wasn't a possibility of it flopping, you know.
Yeah, and we even talked about a couple movies recently, like the Bill and Ted movies, or the first Bill and Ted was $10 million
$10
budget.
million. You make it back. And even if there's no advertising budget, $10 million worth of people are going to stumble into that movie.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to compete with Disney's MCU.
It is.
Like, as we sit here, there's millions of people at the movie theaters watching that movie in game.
Oh, yeah. Dude, $350 million estimate for the first weekend. There's movies like that shitty Fantastic Four movie that came out a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't bring that in its entire box office run. It didn't even break $100 million. And this is doing it in a weekend several times over, you know.
Yeah.
So it's crazy money they're racking in with that.
This is a crazy weekend for movie and show lovers, as a lot of people we love are going to die. In-game, I haven't seen it, so I can't spoil it for you.
Right.
But from what I understand, there's some pretty key characters that say goodbye.
A lot of contracts were up.
Yeah. And then this episode of Game of Thrones tonight looks like they finally fight the White Walkers, and there's no way a lot of people we don't like die.
See, I was kind of wondering that because this is the final season, and it's a short season.
There's only 4 episodes left.
And so it's, to me, was a deal where I'm looking at it thinking, this is probably going to be a fucking bloodbath for, you know, like the last 6 episodes, whatever.
So the first 2 episodes, if you haven't seen it, I won't give you any points to it, but they're just basically reunion episodes.
Kind of get everybody together.
Yeah, getting everybody together. That's all. That's the best way I can explain it for those in case you haven't watched it.
Right. Walking Dead does that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a whole lot has happened.
Oh, so they're gonna jam a lot of shit in here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tonight's episode is like an hour and 8-minute runtime, so 81 minutes.
Does it feel like it's building to anything, or does it feel like they're just jerking you off?
Oh no, it definitely feels like it's building.
Okay, that's good because I feel like you guys are just squandering this fucking time that you have here, you know. But at least if it's like trying to establish, you know, plot points for the end of it, that's what really matters, I guess. So, whatever.
Many fans have watched the first 2 episodes of this season several times already.
Yeah, Cook, he was on our Forrest Gump. His fiance said like, yeah, I watched like 4 times the first episode. You know?
Yep.
Just gonna watch the second one again tonight. You know.
Yeah, the wifey and I have watched both of those multiple times.
Lots of times. Yep. I hear you, man. I hear you.
How about we talk about Entrapment?
We could do that. I can start off with a summary if you'd like.
Might as well.
All right. Entrapment, released April 30th, 1999. The live-action retelling of Despicable Me was directed by John something or other, the same guy who brought you The Core and The Man Who Knew Too Little. That's not real good.
No.
Nope, that's not real good at all. As the film opens, the audience bears witness to the theft of a highly valuable Rembrandt painting. Virginia Baker, an insurance investigator from Waverly Insurance, is sent undercover to investigate the lead suspect of the theft, one Robert McDougal, a professional art thief. To gain his trust, she reveals she performed the Rembrandt paint theft we saw earlier and offers to help McDougal steal a Chinese mask from a well-guarded Bedford palace. McDougal takes Jen to his castle in Scotland to plan the theft. There we see a training montage along with a brief conversation with Aaron Thibodeau, McDougal's tech guy. It's around this time that Jen makes contact with her boss Hector Cruz, not realizing that McDougal has bugged the payphone she calls him from. After the mask is successfully boosted, McDougal begins interrogating Jen about her dealings with Waverly Insurance, to which she attests that it's simply a cover. She further elaborates that she knows of an $8 billion bank heist in Kuala Lumpur inside the North Tower of the Harry Potter-themed Patronus Towers. Despite the heightened security at the hand of Hector Cruz, who is now convinced Jen has been compromised, the heist is a success. That is until Jen disconnects her laptop prematurely and the game is afoot. Alarms rain down, and Jen and McDougal are tasked with climbing across a cable that runs between the 2 buildings. Once security closes in, however, McDougal gives Jen his mini parachute to scale the building, as she lost hers earlier in the heist. Before she departs, Mac tells her he'll meet her at the Bantha-themed Poodoo train station the following morning. The following morning, McDougal meets Jen late, and he reveals that he's actually a criminal informant for Thibodeau, who is revealed to be an FBI agent. Jen is detained, but part of McDougal's deal is that he gets to share a brief moment with her. He slips a gun into her pocket and tells her the authorities only got 7 of the $8 billion. Not long after the train arrives, and she pretends to hold McDougal hostage, and therefore hops on the train. The powers that be leave, planning on picking up Jen at the next train station. Another train passes and McDougal sits all alone. As we soon find out, Jen was on it. She tells McDougal that wherever she happens to be, she wants him there, and the two begin hatching out their next heist. This film stars James Bond and Mrs. Michael Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you seen their daughter, by the way?
I think so.
She looks just like Catherine Zeta-Jones, only she has his butt chin. It's
Whoa.
actually really cute, dude. Anyway, this movie.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
So for me, the opening scene is badass.
I liked it. I'll say I liked it.
I loved watching that, like where the thief like jumps down and uses that tensioner to like slow its fall.
Yeah.
Then it uses these like telescoping bolts to move the pane of glass
That
out
was
of the way.
pretty cool.
I was like, man, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then it left a velvet Elvis in place of the Rembrandt.
Right.
That was pretty cool.
It's pretty neat.
And then where I got really fucking sidetracked was the very next scene. So these insurance agents
Right.
are also like detectives / police.
That's what I was wondering about.
They carry guns.
Yeah. They seem to take a lot of liberties for insurance agents, bro. I don't think insurance works like that.
I don't
know that much about insurance.
I don't either, but
yeah, that seemed kind of strange. They're globetrotting and fucking like doing the police work and shit.
Yeah.
Like they're not involving the police at all, really. Like the FBI was there, but the guy that's with the insurance actually notified him to come there, you know?
like the whole point of the movie is that the reason she's there is because she works for the insurance company and
Right.
is sent to investigate him
Yeah.
by doing another heist with him.
Right.
I'm like, huh?
Yeah. That's pretty weird.
But if you get past that, not bad. Catherine Zeta, we've already emphasized how amazing she's is.
Awesome. Whatever.
Sean Connery, I even like him. He wasn't too extra Sean Connery in this movie. Like his Scottish brogue sometimes gets carried away.
Yeah.
But this one he kept it pretty.
He didn't really overdo it too much in this.
Yeah,
If you want to see him overdo it, you need to watch that movie First Night with Richard Gere.
Nicole brought that movie up actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is ridiculous in that movie. But here he kind of downplayed it a little bit. You know?
I think it's kind of fitting that they were in Scotland at the castle, considering both of them are from there.
Well, she's Welsh.
Oh, damn, she's Welsh.
Yeah, she's from Wales.
I don't know why I thought she was Scottish.
I don't know. I don't know where she gets that skin tone from.
Her mom,
Is she Greek or
Mrs.
something?
Zeta.
Zeta? Oh, well, then Greek for you.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much more Greek than Zeta. But, yeah, so, let's see. I haven't seen a roll of film in a long time, I wrote down.
Oh,
At
yeah.
one point, yeah, that was kind of neat. Something that people wouldn't really pick up on nowadays. Like kids would be like, "What the fuck is that?" But yeah, I did write down. I do love a good high tech movie robbery. When I was watching the opening scene, I always really like the gadgets. Seeing that shit's really cool. But some of the gadgetry, once again, I felt like almost harken back a little bit to Mission Impossible, that sort of thing. So.
And we had already seen the first Mission Impossible, right?
Yeah, that came out in '95, I think. So.
Okay. I could see where you were saying there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah, I think so. Just because that was such a big deal as far as heist movies goes, that was one of the biggest ones that had come out in a long time up to that point. So.
Because it's motherfucking Tom Cruise, y'all.
Right. It's easy to compare all the other ones that followed after, you know. Have you seen any pictures of Sean Connery lately?
No.
He's almost 90. So he's
Is
getting
he
up there.
really?
Yeah, he's old as fuck.
So he was 70, he was making out with Catherine Zeta-Jones in this movie?
Yeah.
Wow, good on you, Sean Connery.
Right.
Good on you,
Right.
sir.
It is true. And he's still, I mean, like, for 70 years old, he looked fucking awesome in this.
He looks like Sean
90
Connery.
doesn't look as awesome.
Really?
Yeah, 90's not been too nice to him. I mean, I guess for a 90-year-old man, he gets around all right, but it is kind of disappointing to go through and see, you know, one of those icons from that you grew up with, you know, kind of wither away, kind of like Burt Reynolds did, you know. He had a lot of health problems up toward the end, too.
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, it was difficult to watch.
Oh, Sean
see
Connery,
it?
yes.
Yeah. Well, and God bless him, you know, he's
88.
That's all it is, you know. Life gets us all in the end, you know. I recently was treated to this weird ass interview I saw of Sean Connery and Barbara Walters.
They were talking about you get to just slap a bitch in the face.
Yeah. She's like, so in your movies, the James Bond movies, he's like, he hit a lot of women. And at the time you said that you felt like that was okay. And he immediately chimes in with, I still do. What the fuck, man?
I think
you
he
can't say that.
No, I think he elaborated, like when a woman's like talking shit to you, like trying to goat you into a fight. Sometimes just a quick smack in the mouth is a quick.
That's what she was wanting. Just pop her one.
I mean, obviously it's not cool.
Mike, you never get to talk about me being a woman hater ever again.
Compared to Sean Connery?
Compared to Sean Connery.
Oh, okay.
Right. Not many people are. So, let's see. I said that castle does seem like something Sean Connery would live in.
It's badass.
It is badass. He must have made a ton of money from all this art thievery, dude.
He keeps all the art, apparently.
He keeps a ton of it.
Yeah.
I don't know where he got all the money from, then.
I don't know. When we see that scene where they go to the castle, I told Nicole, I was like, I want to live in a castle.
I want to live in a castle.
It looks so cool.
That's fucking hilarious. Did you notice the sexy sax from Lethal Weapon made an appearance in this movie?
What?
Yeah, that goofy, sexy, like fuck music saxophone from Lethal Weapon.
Oh, really?
Showed up. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice it.
That's fucking great. It's fucking great.
I did. Well, actually, I didn't. I got to give credit for this to Nicole. She noticed that no matter what happens, Catherine Zeta-Jones' makeup stays fully intact.
Yeah, she's fine. Her hair looks great too, all the time.
Like one of the scenes, she spends 2 hours swimming in the loch, and she gets out of the water full makeup.
That's awesome. I love it. I fucking love it. I never would have paid attention to that either.
I didn't notice it until she pointed out,
great.
and then I noticed it every time.
I just don't really see. That's kind of because I've never seen Catherine Zeta-Jones without makeup. So maybe the next time I'm hanging out with Michael Douglas, I'll ask him. But so I really makeup's one of those things that I never really notice until it's not there. So unless somebody wears like too much eye makeup, typically. But if the makeup's put on, sparingly, then I don't notice it at all.
Mm.
Yeah. It's better than shit running down her face, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I wrote down the blindfolded laser net is taking forever. Because all it is her slinking around in this laser net, and then it'll cut to him.
Staring at her.
Yeah. And then it cuts back to her doing her thing, and then it cuts to him. And it goes on for what felt like 15, 20 minutes.
Well, it's a simulated sex scene.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can hear her like breathing.
Oh.
She's like,
I guess I wasn't really listening.
Yeah.
I just figured that she was exhaling cause she's doing yoga practically up there, So I don't know. It didn't sound that sexual to me.
oh, it was.
Okay.
It's 100% intended to be.
Right. There you go.
But you're talking about the training montage.
Yeah.
And the yarn crawl, I called it. Yeah.
Yarn crawl. That's a good word for it because we'll probably end up talking about it a little bit. So,
I thought the twist that she's an actual thief was pretty good.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I kind of figured that was the case though. Because I didn't remember the opening scene to this movie at all. I did remember her being a thief, obviously. But I don't think I would have been that fooled, at least now. Like, if I saw this movie for the first time nowadays, I don't think I would have been all that fooled because there's a mask on this person the entire time. And from a movie standpoint, they don't ever do that unless they intentionally are hiding somebody's face. And so that automatically would make me assume it was her.
Oh, I heard you saying.
Yeah.
The opening scene.
And obviously it's not Sean Connery because he's got a little bit of a pot belly on him in this, and he's not looking like Catherine Zeta-Jones at all, his physique-wise, so...
But they made the person who did the initial robbery very gender neutral.
They kind of did. And they wore clothes that could be really form-fitted either way for either him or her. But once at the end of the day, they don't look alike, from the behind. That's all it boils down to. So here's some of the similarities that I wrote down with this movie. Ving Rhames... the whole heist idea. Some of the gadgets. There's this dude, Rolf Saxon. He's actually in this movie. He was the dude, William Dunlow, the one that they put that crap in his coffee and he kept barfing everywhere. And the guy that...
In Mission Impossible?
Yeah, Mission Impossible, yeah. And so he plays this guy that's an ICB director in this movie. But he had a goatee in this, but I still noticed him. And I said the dude was also in Saving Private Ryan as Lieutenant Briggs. And he was in Tomorrow Never Dies with Pierce Brosnan. So he's been in like a ton of shit. But yeah, there were some like actors that carried over, and I don't know. It just kind of felt like it to me. But this looked cheaper, I think, also. It was pretty obvious that some of this crap was sets and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's whatever. Do you think that chewing gum would have held down that pressure switch? I don't think so either. That looked pretty sticky, like that would have come right the fuck off.
Chewing gum, also from Mission Impossible.
Yeah, they do red light, green light.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. I like whenever they are introducing like a gadget in a movie, especially a movie like this, and the whole. I like it's sort of a progression, so you get to see. Bless you.
Thanks.
You get to see like what the object looks like, and then you get to see what it does, which is really cool. Then you get to see it like in practice, and then you get to see them use it in like a real world scenario. And so I always enjoy that. It seems like getting to see some of this shit. It's awesome.
What stuff in particular in this movie? The airbag is the only thing I can think of.
There was the airbag. There was some other shit, like she had that thing that she had rigged up, that pulley system, so it lowered down to that window at the beginning of the movie, and just little shit like that.
That was cool.
But the Ving Rhames, he had some stuff he was showing to him too.
He brought him a liquid crystal display.
Yeah, that's not that cool. I guess I'm not really sure what
and then Mac
talking about
bitched about it.
Yeah, he did. He did not care for that. Some of the CGI on the buildings I thought looked like shit. Wasn't too good.
I didn't notice.
But it's 1999. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know? Wait till you see next week's movie if you want to see. We're going to see some CGI, see if it holds up.
Okay.
So at one point in the movie, she tells Mac that they have to do this heist by December 31st, 1999 at midnight, New Year's, New Millennium, all that shit, right?
Yes.
So he goes out and takes some pictures. He writes some shit down. He stays up all night. It's daylight again because she even says to him it has to be tomorrow night.
Right.
And so then there's like another 2 or 3 days pass. And I was like, what the fuck happened to this deadline?
I noticed
we made
that.
a big deal about.
I noticed that because there's the whole exchange with the mask for the goggles and the key card and all that stuff.
At one point he does stay up all night. And like he goes in there after she's been asleep, you know. And I'm just like, that's not what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she like seduces him.
Yeah.
And then gets her key card and goggles.
Right. Yeah, it was dumb. I don't know why they would even bring it up just to shit all over it literally 5 minutes later in the movie.
I noticed that as well.
Yeah.
I had to just forgive it and let it go.
Right. So whenever they pull off the heist and she unplugs that laptop and like the fucking everything's on lockdown. And you see this giant metal door, and it's slowing. It's like slowing. It's closing slower than anything I've ever seen in my entire life, dude. That door is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, the only thing closing slower than that is the cover over the laptop.
Right. Yeah. Why would it do that?
I don't know.
That's a horrible design flaw in this whole thing. But
you'd think those things would slam shut.
Yeah, you'd think. So there was that dress that she wore to the party. That like
the red and gold one?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think it was that one. No, it was the blue dress. The top, like there was an over layer part that came off or whatever. And then like she had a bunch of shit underneath that. And
to the masquerade ball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said whoever gave her that dress to wear deserves an Oscar for best wardrobe.
Oh.
Because she looked fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. It was really something to behold. That really, honestly... Catherine Zeta-Jones, and this might seem really superficial, but I think that she's a beautiful enough woman that if you watch this movie, you'll get something out of it just from her being a knockout, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree.
That's all I got to say about that. But And then I like how this movie also said like 1 hour to go after, like right before they pulled the heist off. I was like, it's giving me moral support, like coaxing me through the rest of this movie. Only 1 hour to go, buddy. You got this. Just sit through it. You're good. I also wrote people need to start shutting their windows at night. There's a lot of times there's some shit going on in a hotel room or something like that, and somebody's taking pictures. That happens a lot in this movie. And if these people would shut their blinds, that would no longer be a factor.
Yep. Eliminate that spy thing altogether.
Mm-hmm. And the whole picture thing didn't really come back up all that much in the movie. I think somebody had some pictures, but it never really mattered with the overall plot.
Nope.
So, I don't know. That cable that snapped and they're shimmying across it?
Wouldn't have snapped.
It wouldn't have snapped. And if it did, it probably would have fucking like taken off their legs or something. If something like that snaps like that, it wouldn't snap with just that much weight.
Those high tension cables are extremely strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the weight of two people. So Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones, we're going to say they weigh together
350 max.
Right. I was going to be real general and say 400 pounds,
right?
You know, just to overshoot it. But even that's not enough to take one of them cables.
No, those cables are holding two giant towers from pulling apart.
Right.
It's not going. Those aren't going anywhere.
Maybe that's just how much tension there is on it. That 400 pounds push it over the top.
Those cables were not up there to hang fucking New Year's lights off of.
No, they're not.
And then, so the cable breaks, but they're able to hold on to the Christmas lights.
Yeah, those Christmas lights are way stronger than that cable, Mike. That was dumb.
And then they were able to crawl back up.
Right.
With heels on. She's got heels on.
I call bullshit on that. They would have both been dead. I know I would have been dead as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I would have died a long time before.
I'd have pooped all over myself just walking out to that cable.
And then died. Fallen and then fell in your poop.
Yeah.
It would have been... You would have died the way you live, Mike.
Laying in shit.
Right. Oh, shit. I put there's little doorways leading to literally everywhere in this movie. Like, so I thought about this. So they get to that bridge thing, right? Let's go in, and there's like guards everywhere, and they find this little alcove that's in that bridge hallway thing. And they see this pole that's like sticking up.
Oh, yes.
And there's a door at the top.
They shimmy up this pole.
Yeah. Why would you put a fucking pole there if you have a door up there that people need to come in and out of? A pole's the least efficient way of getting up something.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be a ladder.
A ladder, yeah. A pull-down ladder, like an attic or something if you don't want people up there.
Nope.
Don't do that.
Just shimmy up the pole.
That's so dumb. Everywhere they were turning around in this movie, there's another fucking doorway magically there that they can get through.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
And then the escape with the one-man shoot through the updraft ventilation duct. Normally it's like a fan or something, a piece of equipment at the base of those things.
Yeah. Not... Oh, the CGI on that parachute was so bad too, bro.
And she just like popped up from like the ground.
Yeah. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Made it through the building. Yeah, whatever. So at one point he breaks a window on that building.
Yeah.
I was like, is this not like tempered glass? It's 86 stories up, dude.
Yeah.
Is it just regular painted glass?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like
it was like what
idea.
we have in our living room.
Yeah.
Maybe thinner.
Right. Exactly.
Well, we already saw when she stole the Rembrandt from that other building, it was like 3-inch thick glass.
Right. Oh, yeah. It was. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing. Yeah. One thing I thought was funny was at the end of the movie when they're at the train station, it shows like she's looking at the clock because he said he's never late. If he's late, he's dead.
Right.
Yeah.
He says it a couple times.
And he told her to be there at 6:30, I believe, the following morning. And so sure enough, she's waiting at the train station, Purdue Station, I noticed. And so anyway, she's looking at the clock and it's 6:33, and then it cuts back to her and a couple quick cuts, you know, and all that stuff where she's worrying about him or whatever. It pans back to the clock and it shows 6:34. It made me think of the South Park where Cartman was trying to he was like super excited for the Nintendo Wii to come out. And so, like, he would go to bed at night, and it showed him, like, he couldn't sleep because he was so pumped about it, And so, fucking, it showed him, and he's, like, getting up, and he's, like, watching TV. Like, it says, like, 12:30 or whatever. And so he, like, gets up, and he's watching TV, and then it shows him, like, trying to change positions in his bed, and he, like, makes himself something to eat, And then fucking does it, and then it goes back up, and it's, like, 12:31.
Yeah.
It's just fucking harking back to that for whatever reason. But...
Then we get the old double cross.
Yeah, we do.
He was actually there the whole time to set her up. Mm-hmm. Which is weird because
that
it was...
kind of surprised me that...
It was
usually
her...
they go after the bigger fish on one of these setups. Yeah.
It was her idea to go to him.
Right.
He never made any attempt to contact her.
I had some problems with that too, but go ahead.
But somehow this was their big plan the whole time.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me. I almost want to say that the end, they didn't know how to end it, and they kind of tacked this on and didn't change any of the rest of the script. Because there's some other shit that doesn't make any sense in here. I wrote down, why would Thibodeau call Jen's boss to get... wait, what was it here? Oh, yeah, why would he call Jen's boss so that they could come and try to apprehend her? If he wanted her to complete the heist.
I don't know. They're insurance agents. I don't know why they're apprehending anybody.
What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, they should be answering fucking phone calls and filing insurance claims.
And sending emails.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. And taking money off my credit card, So, I don't know. This movie has some problems. I won't go so far as to say I liked it, but I didn't dislike it, I guess. So.
Well, we see... The final scene, we get to see the exact incompetence we're dealing with the FBI and the insurance agency.
What a fucking mess.
As soon as she gets on the train, they let her go, first of all.
Right.
As soon as she gets on the train, they all just leave the train station. Like, oh, next station, go, everybody.
Right. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, every motherfucker here needs to lose his job, For real. It was incompetent. Bad, dude. Real bad. Yeah. Keystone Cop shit.
Yeah, and then we're supposed to believe that she just hopped from one moving train to another.
Yeah, these bullet trains that fucking go 120 miles an hour, She would be in pieces, dude. How stupid is that?
I just jumped from one to the other.
Right. Well, my question was, so if they're going to try to catch her, I don't know why they all left. If you need somebody to catch, are they going to make it to the next train station before the fucking train does?
Probably not.
Exactly. So you need to fucking call somebody and have them meet there, whenever she fucking arrives. What are you going to do? Well, our CI, I guess we're done with him. Fuck him. We're out. See ya. It's Miller time somewhere,
Yep.
So
and they
stupid.
ride off into the sunset together.
Yeah, fuck them.
With $1 billion cold cash.
That's your tax dollars hard at work there, Mike. How do you feel about that?
Not too good.
Not too good. Nope. Let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. I don't really care. Fuck it. What did you think overall, dude?
Catherine Zeta-Jones is awesome.
It's kind of nice to see her anytime she pops up. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was okay. I mean, I like her a lot. The movie, don't care that much. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you happen to watch that Star Wars preview, the trailer yet?
Nope.
By chance?
I haven't.
Dude, what the fuck?
It doesn't come out till like June.
No, it doesn't come out till like December, dude.
December.
Yeah, we got a whole, almost a year.
Yeah, so why do I care?
Well, I didn't care anyway. So I'm probably not going to waste my fucking time.
We're going to go watch that movie.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm not going opening weekend. I don't want them to get my opening weekend money.
Oh, yeah? You're going to impact their opening weekend numbers?
I'm just
saying. They're going to miss that $20.
If enough people did that, then it would be significant.
All right, so everybody, if you're listening right now, we're going to boycott Star Wars opening weekend.
First weekend. And go watch it second weekend.
And we are going to keep $200. If everybody who's listening does this, we're going to keep $200 out of their final weekend take.
You guys hear this? That's what we're going to do, right? And only go watch a matinee.
So that's counting.
No 3D.
That $200 that's me, Shane, and the other 8 of you that listen.
Right. And don't even come at me say anything about that 4D shit either. So, have you heard about that? Have you seen anything in 4D?
What?
4D is what they call it.
4D?
So here's the crazy thing about this, right? They go through, they have this thing that they call 4D. You wear 3D glasses, obviously, but what they do is instead, like, so while you're watching the movie, like, say you're watching, like, Terminator 2 or something like that, and, like, somebody gets shot, what they'll do is, like, spray water on you at certain points, like blood splatter almost, you know? Or, like,
the chair will
like,
vibrate.
Yeah, or like somebody spins out in their car, and what they'll do is like send up a smell of like rubber burning, you know, something like that to you, and like weird shit like that. Like this theater right down the road here does that.
What?
Yeah. And I
know
was like, that sounds super distracting. That sounds like a horrible way to watch a movie.
I know Universal Studios, like the SpongeBob ride.
Yeah, it's like a ride. They have the King Kong one and shit.
And it'll like spray mist in your face and stuff like that. And that's fun, but it's 3 minutes long.
Yeah, I don't want a whole movie like that.
2.5 hour long movie.
Where shit's fucking popping. I would be so pissed off by the end of that. If I don't like people talking during the movie, imagine how pissy I would be after fucking something just sprayed in my face for 2 hours. I'd be so pissed, dude.
So the Star Wars is coming out in 4D?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about what does Star Wars even smell like? Like, what
That's
do I know what
a good
Space
question.
Vegas smells like? You know,
That's a good question.
I don't know. I don't know what blue milk smells like. Fuck. You know? But or like the exhaust off the Millennium Falcon. Who the fuck knows, man?
All very good questions.
I don't even know what the fucking fuel source is for that fucking thing. So CGI and weak writing, I guess. Did you do anything interesting this week, man?
Oh, not particularly. I watched Captain Marvel.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you guys just mentioned that.
Yeah, I couldn't find... There's no way I was going to be able to watch Endgame without watching Captain Marvel.
Right. It wasn't going to happen. I heard that you really don't... They actually filmed those movies out of order. She filmed Endgame first, believe it or not. And
pretty sure we just both saw the same Jimmy Fallon clip where she explained that.
Oh, I wasn't listening to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where I learned that like an hour ago.
Oh, I had no idea. That's what they were talking about. Yeah. That's fucking funny. No, so whatever. But I don't know. I heard it kind of sucked, but Mike said he liked it.
I liked it, man. Captain Marvel's a complete badass.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
She's a badass.
Yeah.
Like, she's the most powerful Avenger I've seen so far.
Right. Well, I've elaborated on this before, and I guess I'm going to tell you guys what I was talking about with my wife and Lee earlier. Once again, Mike's sister-in-law, who has very distinct opinions on things. But so we went through, I was talking about it, and I said, basically the big gripe I guess I have with these movies is that there's 22 of them, and I would say like 70% of the movies are we got to find a rock. And so it turns into, how many fucking movies is it going to take to find a fucking rock, bro? It's always, we got to find this fucking rock.
22.
Man. 22.
That's your answer.
Well, I guess the fuck so. But that's pretty bad. I don't like the whole idea I have to sit through fucking Ant-Man and the Wasp to know what the fuck is going on. That's dumb. I don't like that at all.
And I sit on the other side of the camp, and I think they're all awesome.
And Mike's like, I just want to watch some fucking more Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. They recently said, I guess, that it's probably going to be a while before they incorporate the X-Men into the Avengers shit, though. They're looking at, like, maybe even 2021 before we see, like, Wolverine pop up and shit.
Okay, so is Endgame the final chapter of the MCU, though?
No, it's not the final chapter, but they are changing a lot of the showrunners. So instead of, Iron Man and... because I think these guys were on contract for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And so the deal is that we're looking at now is that basically, like, Tony Stark's out, fucking Captain America's out, Thor's, from my understanding, out. And then, like, the whole thing's going to be ran by, like, Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel. And
so just going to shuffle some shit up.
Right.
Okay.
Basically. No, there's still a lot of shit on the burner, I guess. I was reading through a thing, like, obviously they just started doing Black Panther shit. They're
I guess
gonna
that's
wrap
true.
that up.
That's true. They've
that
already
movie made a fuckload of money, dude.
I think they have confirmed there's going to be a sequel to Black Panther.
I'm sure the first weekend at the box office confirmed that movie is getting a sequel. So yeah, that thing killed at the box office, bro.
So did Captain Marvel.
And Captain Marvel did too. It did really well. There's somebody online that I was recently watching a YouTube video, and they said that according to Disney, though, that movie actually underperformed in the U.S. It still did well internationally, but it's just domestic numbers were not as high as they were hoping.
Well, a lot of people were disappointed when they announced that it was going to be Brie Larson as Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
But I think she did well.
See, I've only seen one other thing with her in it, really, and that was that movie Room, and she was awesome in that movie. That was a fucking crazy movie, dude.
Yeah.
It was good. And so I don't know anything about it. I know that people talk about her political stuff, but whatever. I'm not even going to bother trying to
I don't go to the movie
that.
stars for my politics.
Exactly. And some people feel that way, and other people are like, well, I'm not going to, somebody that's super outspoken and basically is at odds with everything that I agree with, I'm not going to give them money for, basically some like a product that I don't support, So I guess I kind of see that too. So I mean, it's just whatever, man.
It's just entertainment.
I don't care. Yeah, just watch. I just wish everybody shut the fuck up. I guess that's kind of where I'm at. Is how about everybody just shut the fuck up? Oh, you don't want to watch the movie? Cool, shut the fuck up. Brie Larson, people don't like your politics. You shut the fuck up. You over there, you shut the fuck up too. Everybody shut up, eat some popcorn, and watch the fucking movie.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at.
You're
I'm so tired of hearing about everything is politicized these days, man, and it just gets exhausting. I'm so tired of it.
It gets pretty exhausting for sure.
Yeah, everything.
I would imagine it gets pretty exhausting regardless of what side of the fence you sit on.
That's pretty much it, man. I used to keep up with that shit a lot, but recently, like in recent years, I'm just like, what the fuck ever, dude? It never stops. Just fuck off, all of you. That's where I'm at.
Politics are so polarizing that you and I have made a conscious effort to never talk about them on the show.
We really, that's kind of what Michael Jordan said, because I guess back in the 90s they wanted him to go through and support some political agenda, and his exact quote was, "Why Republicans buy shoes too?" So that was his take on it. And I ain't trying to fucking lose sales or nothing,
They buy shoes too.
Yep. Anyway, this week I watched some Arrested Development. Watched some of that. One thing I noticed about that show is I think that's possibly the only time I've ever seen like a show that constantly uses puns be consistently funny.
Yeah, I mean, they keep coming back and they don't lose their charm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, the puns are really clever, like the whole Lucille thing. Like Lucille, whenever he gets his arm bit off, this guy's trying to warn him about a loose seal, but that's his mom's name, So, I mean, just little shit like that. It's obviously just an example. The show's chock full of that shit, but it's funny, though, I usually puns don't do it for me, but I like that. We also, what was it that we watched? I guess I don't remember. Maybe we didn't watch much of anything because I was still driving a lot this week. However, I'm working in town now, so I should have more time to myself.
Yes, that's a good thing.
I'm super excited, bro. That put a lot of mileage on my car, man. I went from 40,000 to 70,000 in 6 months.
Holy cow,
dude! It's bad. So, anyway, have you any idea what we are watching next week, Michael?
Give me a hint.
A hint. Any hint I give you is going to give it away.
Any hint you give me?
Any hint I give you.
Well, give me one.
It's a remake. Ooh.
That doesn't tell me anything.
Well, I hadn't thought of that hint when I said that. So.
A remake.
A remake.
Give me another hint.
Brendan Fraser. Yeah.
The only thing I can think of with Brendan Fraser that was possibly a remake is what's the name of that movie with him and Elizabeth Hurley?
Oh no, he's actually that was a remake. Bedazzled was.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of shit because he's in that George of the Jungle thing. I think that counts.
And
Dudley Do-Right.
And he was in that one where they were like under the world, Lost World.
Oh, Blast from the Past. Or no, I know what you're talking about. Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all remakes.
That's funny you said that because I was thinking of Blast from the Past whenever he's living underground. So I thought that's what you were talking about.
He also lives underground in Encino Man.
Yeah, he does. Big old chunk of ice. Yeah. I haven't watched Encino Man in a while. I have a feeling that movie kind of holds up, though. I bet it's funny still.
We might have to do that for one of our picks.
We might have to do that.
Give me another hint.
Another hint is Egypt.
Oh, The Mummy?
The Mummy, yeah. Yeah, we're watching The Mummy. Of course, Brandon Fraser, Rachel Weisz. She's married to Daniel Craig. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah. So what's crazy is there's my wife, her cousin. He's quite the cook, and I think we've talked about it on here around like when we were doing holidays related, or around that time anyway. And so anyway, what's nuts about it though is I guess he went to this culinary school in New York, and he said that he was buying groceries one day, and sure enough, in come Daniel Craig and Rachel Weisz with their daughter. You know, I was like, "That's awesome." Did you say anything? He's like, "No, man, they're buying groceries. You know? Just don't do that."
I had a chance.
I would have geeked the fuck out.
I met when I was working at Best Buy. Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood walked in there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Is it the one right over here?
Yeah.
You know, I saw him at that furniture store that I worked at back in high school.
With Trisha with him?
No, it was just him. He bought this really ugly-ass blue sectional. And I loaded it up in his truck. So there you go.
Yep.
But figure that one out. So I'm looking forward to The Mummy. I actually remember seeing this one back in the day, and I loved it. We recently rewatched it, and I still like it. So
awesome.
Anyway, if you guys want to get in contact with us, you can always reach us, cheesymovie@yahoo.com. You can look us up on, Facebook. You can look us up on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook's different, Casino Royale with cheese, all separate words. And then we got the YouTube, the Instagram, the iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts, which is Casino Royale, W cheese, all one word.
Mm-hmm.
And then our Twitter, which is irrelevant, really. So, yeah, nobody cares. Final thoughts, Mike?
I'm ready to go home.
I bet you are. At a little impromptu weekend away, Mike was not expecting that.
No.
So. Well, my friend, I guess I will cut you loose, sir. But I do want to thank everybody for joining us. Make sure you tune in next week because I'm really looking forward to talking to the Mummy. Make sure in 2 weeks you get your popcorn ready because we're doing our Star Wars month.
Star Wars.
Yeah. And thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
I'll be back.